The sun rises over mid-Ohio, and the Mueller Motorwerks team is up and ready for the morning warm-up session.
We went to Road America for a little track day fun and just to do kind of sort of a little bit of testing. It's not like we were doing anything formal, we just wanted to run the car. But thank God we did, because we found that after a couple laps of wide open throttle around Road America's long straightaways, the oil and the coolant would get too hot for the computer. The computer would, see those things going too high or out of the limits that are set for the computer, and it would pull boost. So we'd get like 2 flying laps, if that, and then we'd run out of power. So we made the decision to fix that problem by increasing, the cooling capacity, which is going to a larger aftermarket radiator and also an oil cooler. We picked both of those up from Mishimoto. They technically don't have a Focus ST radiator yet, but we made one of theirs fit, and we used their oil cooler that they have for the ST. And we also got a bigger intercooler because we were seeing charge temps skyrocket coming up the front stretch, which is pulling power, which is never good.
On a track that never stops moving, the drivers would have to stay alert. They were going to navigate the best line. The drivers take to the course, navigating blind crests at full speed, praying that there's track on the other side. Mueller Motorwerks warms up with a 143.1.
First time session, picked up 4 seconds off the morning warm up, which is good. The key to this place is trust. Trusting yourself that you know what you're doing, you know where you're going, and you have the proper input on the vehicle. But no, it's just trying to figure out every little nuance of this place. Getting beat by a Mustang that he's pretty damn quick. He got us by 1.5 seconds right now, but I think I have something for him if I can just build confidence in the car. The car is running great. All the cooling that we added to it is really working out. It gets up to temp and then just sits there. You don't even have to even worry about it anymore. Radiator's keeping it, that big Mishimoto radiator's keeping the water cool. The oil cooler from Mishimoto's keeping the oil cool. Our sweet new intercoolers keeping the charge temps way down, so it's consistent on power. Tires are great. The camber we added to the front really pulls the car out of the corner, so we can actually start using that. Oh, this guy can diff a lot more. Instead of having to wait for the car to transfer weight off of it, now it's actually using that weight for grip. Added a bit more toe out all the way around, and we went full stiff on the Eibach rear sway bar. Makes the rear end dance around a little bit, but it also helps the car rotate a lot, and that's what you need here is rotation. That's key to fast laps.
Travis begins to feel comfortable in the new car setup, getting a better feel for the track as the laps fly by. But as he gets up to speed, an E36 BMW cracks its engine, spilling oil and making a cataclysmic hazard out of turn 1.
Yeah, the BMW was going off. I saw the smoke. I thought he just locked the tire up going into 1 as I was coming on the front stretch at mid-Ohio. But then I saw the guy behind him wiggle and slide. And then the guy behind him wiggle and slide, so I knew there was something on the track. So just lifting and went around the bottom. And apparently everybody else didn't get the memo because like 3 other cars went off, so yeah.
The session is cut short after only 2 completed laps to retrieve the cars beached at turn 1. Best lap of the session is 142.1.
Yeah. After Saturday, spent a large amount of time poring over the telemetry data of our AIM system and really grilled Travis on what we could do to improve his lap times for Sunday. And I think that had a huge effect on really knocking those seconds down that we were able to in the Sunday sessions. Also, working with other drivers and cars, we had a good baseline on what our suspension settings should be as far as our compression and our rebound. But with our driver never having been there before, we were starting from scratch, especially with as our first time there with the Ford Focus. So we did, have to make some adjustments all through Saturday and into Sunday just to fine tweak it and try to get things as perfect as possible. Really, that helped us close that gap to that first place car.
Day 2, Mid-Ohio, and the Ford Focus ST is running well. The cool morning had the car making great power, and the tires were full of grip. However,
went out for morning warm-up, car felt good, went into one, and a heater core hose that decided it didn't want to be next to the wastegate anymore peed all over the track and spun us off into the kitty litter, and then we proceeded to break the tow truck or two, and now we're trying to repair it, get back out there, because I'm not going out like this for Mid-Ohio.
but like a well-oiled machine, the crew got to work to get the ST back on track. Although they missed the first session of time trials that day, the ST was repaired and ready for session 2. The rival Mustang awaited. Their efforts paid off when they ran the fastest lap of the weekend of 140.0. In session 3, the Ford Focus ST ended up going even faster with a 139.8, only 0.8 seconds behind the leader, the rival Mustang.
Yeah, Mid-Ohio was our first taste of pretty stiff competition. Not saying that Gateway or Autobahn was a breeze, but we had another car that was, on par with us, which was, it's refreshing because that just makes you want to push even harder. So that makes working those long nights worth it more, because you know that those mean more, because that could be that extra tenth that, puts you past that guy and gets you the win. But yeah, it's just going to continue from here. Gingerman, the same guy is going to be there, and I can't wait to beat him there. He's also going to come to Road America, which is the home race. Can't wait to beat him there, and I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of cars at Road America as well, and then it's off to the championships at VIR, which is going to have the entire East Coast there. So it's, uphill from here. Can't wait for the fight, and it's going to be tough, but you don't race to just show up and drive around a track. You race to win, and I'd rather win by tenths than seconds, because that's more entertaining to me.